Hello and welcome to another video on how I like to play Dungeons and Dragons. And in this video I want to begin a series on the Mind Flayer, a real iconic monster in Dungeons and Dragons. And this is my ideas and how I like to play the Mind Flayer. So for a start, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the general, how I like to, the physical characteristics of the Mind Flayer. So straight away, I don't like to make the Mind Flayer too powerful. I would say 20 hit points on average, maybe a little less, 18, 19, 20, 21, something like that. I have the Mind Flayer regenerate, so it's got a powerful regeneration ability, which means it can regenerate 2 hit points per minute. Okay, so after combat it will soon regain its hit points. The Mind Flayer skin is extremely impervious to damage, so half damage to all weapons. Mind Flayers do not wear armor. Okay, so they do not wear armor in my game, but they do wear cloaks and things like this. Okay. In appearance, as well as the traditional, is it 3 or 4 fingers, the Mind Flayers will be quite tall. So I make them 6 foot plus 2d4 inches. Now this is quite important for later, because I'll explain that the Mind Flayers often try and impersonate humans, which I'll talk about later. Now, Mind Flayers have good dark vision, but it's not perfect. Okay, so in this case, you have to rely on luminescence sources, such as globes, gems, and other artificial luminescence. They do have severe sunlight aversion, which means 10 plus d6 hit points per minute, and that's explosive if they are, they're exposed to the sun. Again, this is important later because, as I said, they can impersonate humans. Also, as well as that, heat and fire, well, fire does double damage and they cannot withstand heat. Okay, so that's very simply how I like to, the general, how I like to play the Mind Flayer in terms of its stats. Now, I'll talk later about the Mind Flayer and how it operates and some of the equipment it has, because it has some very powerful equipment and a very powerful attack.